Hey, what's up guys? This is Taylor, and I'm doing the free video for October 11th. Got the scans fired up here, and there's some interesting weekly squeezes setting up. You got names like the QQQ, Netflix, the S&P 500, and then a couple big boys. Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia, Meta, and Tesla all setting up in that weekly squeeze. So checking out the S&Ps here, keep in mind a lot of times you're going to get your best swing trading when a weekly squeeze is fired to the upside or the downside. From there you get that potential 8 to 10 to maybe 12 plus weeks with a whole lot of wind in your back. So back here in April and May, we print the squeeze. We eventually get the squeeze buy signal. From there it fires and the S&Ps go from 4,100 to 4,600. Then that squeeze came to an end. We've pulled back to the weekly 21, and as of yesterday, got ourselves a brand new weekly squeeze. So the structure here is pretty good. We did break under the 21. We're back above it. We're above the 50. We're above the 200. For now, the bigger issue here is going to be momentum. So down on the big three squeeze, kind of like back here, they printed the squeeze, and momentum was above that zero line. That usually bodes well for that squeeze to fire to the upside. On the pullback here, you do get a little bit of a negative cross. So November, December, January, as we're moving forward here, I would think a much better chance for this squeeze to fire long if they can get and keep momentum back above zero. Now for the Qs here, on my indicators, the Qs are actually perfect. All right, we're talking top shelf. Chef's kiss. The signals are they're pretty much as good as it gets. Structure checks out. Momentum checks out. It is A plus setup. Everything I'm looking for. If that was a 5-minute squeeze, a 15-minute squeeze, a 30-minute squeeze, I'd be looking for that to fire to the upside. No different here being that it's a weekly squeeze. Take, the thing with the weekly squeeze is it can take a little bit to develop. So, there's a chance we could be rolling into, mid-November, and potentially we're still in that weekly squeeze. The beauty of the squeeze is that we can find these before the big move. We can look at our structure indicators, look at our momentum indicators, try to get a sense of which way should that squeeze eventually fire, and then we're trying to build up those positions before the, before the big pump and before the big breakout. So as far as I can see it, that's a weekly squeeze there on the QQQ with a lot of promise. And then a few picks here for you guys. I think the one that grades out the best is going to be Meta. And not just on the weekly, but really from the ground up. Beautiful weekly squeeze. There is a 3-day squeeze, a 2-day squeeze, a 15-minute, and a 5. So as far as your swing trading goes, pretty good chance come November, December. The 2-day, the 3-day, and the weekly squeeze, they've probably fired. Right now, the indicators would suggest that's probably going to push to the upside for a move towards 350-ish. The tricky thing here, of course, will be earnings. Earnings and the fact that we're a little bit overbought. In a perfect world, I'd love to see a flush. Try to get Meta, try to get the Googles, the Microsofts of the world back down towards their daily 21. And then I think as long as the signals hold up, it's a great spot to build your position. So Meta here, we're looking for about 350-ish out of that weekly squeeze. And then next up here is Tesla. And Tesla has earnings next week. Squeeze is printing on the weekly chart, the 3-day, the 2-hour, the 30, the 15, and the 5. And the weekly squeeze. Everything checks out. Big 3 squeeze, A plus setup. The upside target here, you're looking for about 302. So the question is, does earnings, light the fuse for a push towards that 302? Or does earnings kind of rain on the parade here, and maybe we never see that squeeze fire long? For now, she's looking pretty solid. And then we have Google. And that's the final of my top 3 picks here. So the weekly squeeze actually fired long as of today. However, on the 3-day time frame, we are still coiled up. Target out of the weekly squeeze is about 145. The target from the 3-day squeeze, we're not too far from it. You're looking for about 143. Now, the most important squeezes that I showed you tonight, they're going to be in the S&Ps and the QQQ. As a trader, always think in terms of probabilities. The probabilities would suggest if the QQQ can fire that squeeze to the upside, really good chance names like Meta, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Nvidia, Tesla, if they already look poised to fire to the upside, and then the QQQ goes and takes out the highs, they should pretty much do the same thing. More importantly, though, if you load up on Tesla, if you load up on the Nvidias, and then the QQQ looks a little bit sketch, everything doesn't look as clear here for a push to the upside, make sure you manage your risk in those tech names. QQQ fires a squeeze short. Pretty good chance Metas, Apples, etc., they might not fall apart, but they're really going to have a tough time seeing the move we could get out of the weekly squeeze. If the QQQ gives it its blessing, these could be setting up for some good swing trades. So that is what I got for y'all tonight. As always, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Adios. What's up, traders? This is Taylor from Simpler Trading. I wanted to thank you for watching our video, and if you liked the video, go on ahead and comment down below, hit that like button, and make sure you're subscribed and hit that bell icon to get a notification anytime we upload our next video. And of course, if you want to watch us trade live in real time with our own money, check us out at simplertrading.com. Until then, trade safe, and I'll catch you in the next video.